Namaskar, warm greetings to each one of you for joining us today at the DELNET webinar, which is being organized in collaboration with AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune. It's a profound privilege and honor for me to welcome you all for joining us from different nooks and parts of the country in India and also from many other countries. It's very heartening that we all have assembled here today online to discuss on something which holds a great importance and significance for each one of us and to discuss on open access and scholarly communications. At the very outset, on behalf of DELNET, we would like to express our sincere thanks and gratitude to the entire management of AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune, and more specifically to Dr. D.S. Bormaneji, the principal of the college, for joining hands with DELNET. He's also our distinguished board member, and it's indeed a great honor and pleasure that we are able to hold today's joint collaborative webinar. I must place on record our sincere warm appreciation and thanks to the most energetic and the vibrant library and information science professional, Dr. Vrushali as Dandawate, the librarian at AISSMS College of Engineering, and also the DOAJ ambassador India. It's a pleasure for each one of us to welcome you, Dr. Vrushali, to today's webinar session. Thank you so very much for acceding to our request and you know, you have been the one who have been the most proactive professional. I have seen it, and you're always there to share your huge, vast expertise with each one of us. Thank you so very much for taking out time, you know, amid your busy schedules. You have been able to be there with us today. Thank you so very much indeed. Your presence today with us has greatly been appreciated and valued by everyone who is being connected today in this online webinar. Thank you very much, Vrushali.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, I also take this honor and pleasure to welcome all our professional colleagues who have been able to join us, not only from different nooks and parts of the country. I also would like to extend a very warm, hearty welcome to many of our colleagues who have been able to join us. And just to name the countries, we have our colleagues who have joined us today from Sri Lanka, USA, Kuwait, Pakistan, Mali, Indonesia, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, and also UAE. And it is indeed speaks volumes of the interest that, yes, indeed, the open access and scholarly communications always have been generated. Each one of us are fully aware we are living into the world which belongs, and we are the strong advocates and should be the strong advocates of being, inspiring and helping in building up the open societies. We are into the open mantra, whether we talk about an open publishing and open access, and we always, the library and information science professionals should remain as the forefront leaders for inspiring and motivating everyone to embrace the open access, and also in a way, you know, inspiring the scholarly communications. I have immense pleasure in once again welcoming our distinguished speaker of the seminar, Dr. Vrushali Dandawate, and have immense pleasure in introducing her to each one of us. You know, she is being known not only in India but worldwide, and it's her work which has brought her into the limelight, because she is also being an ambassador for DOAJ, and that brings in a great reputation to the library professionals from the entire fraternity from India. I have immense pleasure in informing you that Dr. Vrushali, who is currently as a librarian at AISSMS College of Engineering, Pune, which is one of the most leading institutions in Maharashtra, is also the DOAJ ambassador. She has more than 2 decades of vast experience in the field of library and information science. She has immensely been contributing for promoting the open access movement in India, evaluating open access journals, applications from India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. She is the advisory committee member of the Directory of Open Access Repositories and selected for Open Access Journals Toolkit Project Focus Group by OASPA and DOAJ. She has received numerous awards and recognitions, including the Best Librarian Award, Excellence in Academy Library Award, and many more. She has to her credit more than 25 research papers and has delivered many invited talks in India and abroad. Dr. Dandawate also has been instrumental in organizing a large number of workshops and webinar sessions on open repositories, open access, DOAJ, Drupal, and many more. Her areas of specializations include handling softwares, including Greenstone, Calibre, and also the Moodle learning system. I don't want to stand between you and our distinguished speaker who has so much of experience with her, and have immense pleasure once again in requesting and first of all, once again in appreciating her presence with us today. And we would just like to mention to all our colleagues here today that we are going to have a 1-hour webinar session. So we have been discussing with Dr. Vrushali that we can have a presentation for around 40 minutes, followed by around 20-25 minutes of interactions online, so that we can get truly benefited with her vast expertise and her presence here today with us. Once again, many thanks to you, Dr. Vrushali, and also to AISSMS College of Engineering for joining hands with DELNET in not only organizing the program, but yes, promoting further, the open access and inspiring truly the scholarly communications. May I have a pleasure now of requesting you to start the deliberations of this webinar. Over to you, Dr. Vrushali.
Okay. Thank you so much from DELNET, Sangeeta ma'am, for this opportunity. It's really, I'm really happy that DELNET gave me opportunity to share my work related to open access, and really appreciating my work related to this library domain. So I'll just start my work. My topic is open access and scholarly communication. Maybe all of you are knowing about open access. So just we'll start the lecture, and like I'm, as already ma'am told, I'm working as a DOJ ambassador for India. So whatever open access related sessions we are doing, so we have to use with DOJ logo and other things. So I'm just including that logos also. So we'll start. So open access, what is open access? So it is a practice of providing online information, scientific information, which is a free of cost, and apart from like the copywriting and licensing restrictions. So like if you want to access some article or some journal or some anything from internet, which is available in subscribed journal database, you have to pay a fine, pay a fee. And then that is not like you have to pay fees in the dollar or euro. So that is not happening in open access. So if every information is free of cost, it's not a business model. So everything is available free. So Budapest Open Access Initiative started in 2002. So first they said the information and what is open access, and they gave information which is more elaborative. So that is a freely available online, and it can be users can read, download, copy, they can distribute, they can also print and share. So all information they have included in this, apart from like all whatever information available online. And this year in 2002, that role of copyright has been introduced in this open access domain. Then after that, Berlin Statement formulated in 2003. So they gave two terms, that gratis and libre. So that is the gratis is remove open access and price barrier, and libre, that is remove permissions barrier. So these two terms was introduced during this Berlin Statement. So what happened in scholarly communication society, and how the scholarly communication crisis are happening? So I will just share this. So you can see this in this picture. One side there are the scholars, another side libraries are there, and in middle you can see the publishers. So what as a scholars, what we are doing, many times we are writing a paper for a seminar, then for the journals, and what we are doing, we are spending our 2 months, 3 months, and we are writing the paper. And when we are submitting that paper to the journal are giving us a copyright form, and we have to sign the copyright form, and we are signing, okay, all rights of that my article I am handing over to the publisher. So then after sometimes, if I want to access my own paper, then I have to pay the cost. So what we are doing as a researcher scholars, or we are then sending our paper with the copyright information, copyright agreement to the publishers. And publishers are making money, and they are making database of that paper. They are again selling that database to the library. Like as a librarian, even I'm working as a librarian in engineering college. So we are spending 30 lakhs rupees for per year to access this information which is available in scholarly domain like engineering domain. So like libraries also, we have to pay the money to the publishers, and again as a scholars or as a researchers, again if I want to access of my paper, again I have to pay the money to that publishers. So why this is happening? Because it's, you know, increase of disciplines, and there is a very knowledge like explosion and pro filtering. So what is the option for this? Then you have to avoid scholarly communication crisis. Then what is option? Option is two, that is a gold route and green route. So I will tell you. So how you can participate in open access as a researcher? So you can follow gold route and green route. So what is gold route? So you have to identify open access journal. Then open access journal, that is, like as I said, open access free of cost, and no barriers, or no, you don't need to pay the fee, or no anything. And then you have to send your paper for the peer review. You can submit your paper, and sometimes some journals are charging article processing charges, that is APC, because they have to manage their website. And once your paper is published in open access journal, it is visible for all. So director of open access journal, that is which where I'm working as ambassador. So what we do, we index those open access journal in our database. So right now there are 20,000 plus journals available in DOJ. From that, 13,495 journals are without APC. What I said, you have to pay APC to publish your paper. But if you go on DOJ website and if you search, or if you filter, that journals are not charging any APC. So you can get the journals which are not charging any APC. And plus, we are working in the developing countries. Most of the journals are having APC fee waiver for the developing country offers. So you can see that terms in the journal website. And plus, DOJ is having 136 country and 9 million plus articles records are available, so that you can follow the gold route, that you can publish your open access journal, which will be available in full text. And another route is green route. So what is the green route? Means you have to submit your paper to the selected journal as per normal. Then when your paper will be submitted, you know, when your paper is accepted, they are giving you the preprint copy, so that you can share in your institutional repository. So then automatically, once you submit your paper, so metadata of that paper will be picked by Google, and anyone can find your article via Google. So that is the green route. So which are the platform, like as I said, for gold route, DOAG is the platform for open access journal. For green route, your IR as a proper platform. Also you can do self archiving, which is Sherpa Romeo database. Most of journals are using that Sherpa archiving policy. Then you know, there is an accepted version of your final manuscript, that is a preprint. So preprint means the paper which you have submitted, which will be published, and that will be same paper will be published, but you cannot share the published paper. And some publishers typically allow the embargo period, means after 6 months or 2 years later, you can share your paper with the academia or ResearchGate type of thing. So this is the green route you can follow. So what is, we will see differentiate between green and gold open access. So green means like immediately your paper will be not available. You cannot make immediately full paper available because of publisher embargo periods, but it's free, it's cost effective, and you can share your paper version that, but there is a complexity that when you share the paper, what version or like that, so that you have to take care. And gold, that is maybe involve article processing charges, and but in gold open access, immediately your paper is available with reuse, means anytime anybody can reuse your paper, reshare your paper, and like that. And DOJ, it's only index only gold open access journal. So common misunderstanding between researchers, that is the open access journals are not good quality journals, or maybe people are thinking that open access journals are started because users have to pay and they are collecting APC charges, but this is not a fact. I will give you the example that this is the APC information. You can see which journals are indexed in DOAJ. So only 3,148 journals are taking APC and 8,009 journals are not taking any APC. And other journals, other Indian, and this is the other information, other chart is from India. If you see the journals indexed in India from DOAJ, so this is only India. So 75 journals are only charging APC and 163 journals are not charging any EPC. So you can see that is a misunderstanding that only open access journal, they are author pay model. So it is totally false. You can see with these two examples. Then, as I said, other open access models also available. That is a diamond open access model. So in diamond open access, journal do not charge any publication fee, or it's similar to gold open access charges. It's through peer review, the process is same. There is another open access, that is a bronze open access, that is also unlicensed paper and free to read. And hybrid open access, that okay, some articles are available in open access and some articles are available in the subscription model. So like the people are doing double dipping, means second income source, like some paper they keep in open access, some paper they are keeping in subscription model. You can see right now Wiley, Elsevier and other Science Direct and other community publishers are also saying that we are also in open access model, but they are not in fully open access model because their all papers are not open. You have to pay to access that paper. But in DOAJ, that we support fully gold open access. We do not charge for indexing journals, and we also do not include hybrid open access journals. Means if you see any journals from DOAJ, if you click that journal and if you open it, automatically all papers will be open. So these are the models. So I was telling you that you can archive your paper and you can submit your paper to green open access. So I was telling you that is the preprint copy. So this is for your information, that is a preprint copy, means author's original copy before peer review, and that is published in open access journal. So you can archive that paper in preprint server. For library, that is LIS archive is there, because most of librarians are there. For agriculture, agri archive is there. For biology, so lot of now archive servers have started. So now people don't go for the even publishing the paper, they just publish a preprint and send the copies to the preprint server. So there is one small video and that is the, you will understand that what is the preprint server. So that is just 2-3 minutes video. I just want to request Kushal, can you play video number 1?
Vrushali, just give us a minute.
Yeah.
A scientist's job is to obtain knowledge about the natural world. Sharing that knowledge is critical for scientific progress, as new information produced by one scientist can be used by others to make new discoveries and further benefit society. In 1665, the Royal Society of London created the first scientific journal called Philosophical Transactions to facilitate the transmission of new scientific findings. This publishing model established the concept of peer review to ensure scientific quality, and the defined date of publication to establish priority of discovery. These principles have laid the foundation for the nearly 30,000 scientific journals that exist today. Let's see how the process works. First, scientists write a manuscript and send it to a journal for consideration. If the editors are interested, it is sent out to a group of anonymous scientists for their opinion of the quality of the work. The journal receives commentaries from the reviewers and decides whether to accept or reject the manuscript. or commonly requests revisions that require more experiments, resubmission, and re-review before the journal makes a final decision. This process works, but it takes time. It's not uncommon for studies to be published 1 year after initial submission. In addition, excellent work can be rejected on the basis of its perceived importance. Are there better ways biologists can share information? Biology may learn a thing or two from the physicists. In 1991, Paul Ginsparg revolutionized communication among physicists by producing a preprint server called arXiv that allows for rapid communication among scientists. arXiv now posts more than 100,000 papers each year. Preprint servers in the life sciences exist, but they are not yet widely used. A preprint server is simple. A scientist uploads a manuscript to a server. The paper is screened to ensure its scientific nature. Within a few days, the manuscript is posted online and becomes visible to the entire scientific community before peer review. Subsequently, the manuscript is usually submitted to a traditional journal for peer review and publication. Most, but not all, journals will accept work previously posted on a preprint server. The immediate access of the preprint has many advantages. Preprint servers give the authors feedback from a larger group of people than the anonymous peer reviewers. Preprints can be an announcement of a discovery, which helps scientists establish priority of their work. With preprints, authors can share work in progress or recent accomplishments with funding agencies, promotion committees, or future employers. Preprints are open access. Anyone in the world with an internet connection can view the manuscript for free. Preprints accelerate scientific progress by speeding up access to new findings. The internet is continuing to redefine how people access information and create social networks. Using the internet, physicist Paul Ginsparg tried the first truly new experiment in scientific communication since the creation of the philosophical transactions 350 years ago. As our lives go digital, many new ideas and experiments in scientific communication will facilitate access to data, changing how scientific work is evaluated and discussed, and pushing scientific innovation at an ever-accelerating rate. Let's see what the next 10 years will bring. This video was produced by Eureka Science and is brought to you by ASAP Bio.
Thank you. So I have to share. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you, ma'am. So I think now you understand that preprint servers are also important, and so now you can see that preprint servers are also important because now here in India, we don't know the importance of servers, but as you seen in this video, that you can also get the citation, your work will be immediately visible for the world. So try to submit your paper also in the preprint servers. So why you should participate in open access? So benefit for participating in open access. I don't know, I'm getting it. So as a researchers that you will get exposures for your work and your some disturbances there. And like your citations rate is also increasing, that you are getting higher level citations, and your researchers also can influence the policymakers, because like suppose you are doing work in like we are going for national education policy, or you are doing some related work with the new NEP scheme, and if you publish any paper and you posted that paper in some journal or preprint server, so maybe influence or policymakers then see your paper, and they can also appoint you in some committee, or they can, your paper can influence the policy. So that can happen. Then all public, your immediately they can access your work. Then taxpayers also get value for the money, and researchers in developing countries also can see your work, because most of time to access the paper they have to pay the very high cost to the subscribed database. So that is really helpful. So these all are benefits if you participate in open access. Then, as I said, so this is the example. Suppose this is the green line and black line. A green line is for that. Suppose one author published a paper in year 2000, and another paper, same he published. Suppose he published two papers. One paper he published in open access, and another paper he is published in like regular journal, which are not open access. So you can see the visibility of his work till year 2008. So its visibility increase, like it's reached by it's increasing, which are available in open access, but the paper which are not available in open access, that is not getting visibility. So that is also open access, why you should follow the rule. And suppose it also led more type of networking. So I will give my own example. When I published my paper on open access initiative in Asia, that was my PhD study also. Once I published that paper, I got through 3 invitations to speak about the open access related in Asia from various international organizations. So how that organization came to know that what I am doing in Asia, because it was due to publish of my paper version. So that is increased visibility of your work also. And open access also compliance with the mandates. So what is the mandates means, most of the funding agency are giving you the grant. Okay, they are giving you the money for some research, but they want that your research will be visible for the world. So that will be helpful for the mandate policy. So that, so this is some example. National Institute of Wealth, that is a mandate, that is US funding agency. So 75% that they say made it's mandatory that 75% of research that should be in open access. Then European Commission also from 2015 14, it's mandatory that publish in open access. Then Research Council UK, then DBT DST open access policy. They also accept green route, so means they also accept that repository paper. So that Gates Foundation, Ford Foundation, so all now they made mandatory. We will give you the grant, we will give some money to publish your research, but that research should be available for all, not in closed access. So concern about open access, that is people are thinking that indexed in Scopus and Web of Science, that journals also will be similar type of impact. So it's okay. So similar. So this is the figure 1. So you can see that Web of Science and some Scopus journal also. So they are also having same impact factor as open access journals. So you can see the open access journals published in like that white gray route is published in open access, and black one is the that is subscription based model. So sometimes that green bar is growing higher. So because that is also giving scientific impact. Then another thing is that open access journals are giving more citation. I already gave the example. So you can see like across from last 3 years, open access journals are getting more 7% more citations in the open access journal. Then so all this was open access. Actually, due to time limit, I'm just going fast. Maybe ma'am, we have 15 minutes now. Sorry.
You
So,
have, Vrushali, yes? 15 minutes, yes,
notices,
please.
then yeah, so we will skip this video. I think video number 2, because this was understanding about open access. Maybe if somebody is not understanding, then we can take in the question answer thing. So I think this was a smaller recap that what was the open access. I will just introduce video because sometimes, you know, session are getting bored. So we will just skip this video for now, and we will take question answers. So I hope you understand what is open access and how that will be useful and what type of routes you can follow. So now we will go to the second part of the presentation, that is the scholarly communication. This is like scholarly communication from, I will start from the beginning. In the 17th century, when ancient period was there, and you know, people used to write on the papers, leaves and manuscript. So that time in 17th centuries, when scholars they want to share their idea, they used to write on the letters, and they used to share, send that letters or share that letters to the scholarly community. And this was the starting of scholarly communication. And in year 1665, first French journal was started, that is a lay journal des, and something like a philosophical Royal Society. So this was the first movement of the scholarly communication. So earlier people used to share by the letters and writing, reading their own article. But in 1665, first journal started, which is related to the like particular subjects or subject area. Then in 18th and 19th century, what happened? Like specialized disciplines came. So like then library science people will publish in libraries, researchers will publish in scientists like that scientific journals, and then from 19th and 16th century, then people started archiving the journals. Means archive means storing the journals and making some websites and keeping that journals folders or PDF files. So this is happening. And in the 20th century, what happened? Suddenly, after Second World War, suddenly scientific research has been, grown up like a boom. And then here it was a huge increase of scientific research knowledge. And you can see even after COVID, you can see a lot of paper published in the COVID. And then chemical industry got a lot of career opportunity, and then medicines, and then again medical people started writing on the diseases and something. So same thing happened in 20th century after Second World War. So scholarly open access journals started, and this time commercial publishers take over the market. Means like very big publishers, they made commercial publisher, and they started publishing the papers and research work by taking the cost. And that time, first time electronic publishing was started, because earlier you can see journals was available in libraries, and you can see there was very big storage, because a lot of librarian, there are we were having some storage and that compact system, compact storage, and back years balloons and all these things. So but after 20th century, electronic publishing started, and then this evolution has started. And century, then journal crisis is happening. Lot of journals, lot of subjects, and then impact factors, and all these things came, and social, then community, and sharing the knowledge, and everything started. And that time, open access publishing was also started, as I said. So this is happening in the scholarly communication. So scholarly communication means sharing the information between the users and other things. So this is the evolution happening. So who are the players in the scholarly communications? Publishers are the players, because they are big players here. Another sides, we are the scholars, librarians. And what publishers are doing? Commercial publishers are there, non-commercial publishers are there, university publishers are there. Then libraries, we are there, because we are connecting between the publishers and the scholars. And scholars, who are the scholars? They are authors, readers, funders, taxpayers, and like we are getting fundings in university. So these are the good players in the scholarly communication. So they are playing various roles in this communication. So how this is working, that scholars creating information, then we publish, and then libraries can access the papers, and then dissemination between the information. So how this is working? So then people are started thinking why to publish. So they want to publish because to finish the result, they want to show the reports to the country, or to the people, to the world. And then they want to make a priority that I will publish this result first to get more funding to disseminate the result for quality control. So people started publishing the paper. So as I said, then scholarly communication defined that people started writing, they started creating, they evaluating, and disseminating. So this is the scholarly communication. I will show you detail in this. So like as I said, scholarly communication means you write, you publish, you store, and you disseminate. So this is the first phase one, like librarians or research database or researchers are there. What we do, we collect the data, then we do research and analysis, and we write a paper. Then we decide that who is the authors of paper. Sometimes we include our friends, and sometimes our guides are there. Then faculty also writing. So then we decide that how many people are contributing. Then we give the authorship of that paper. And what we do then, we submit that paper to the journals or selected work for the publication and dissemination. And after publishing our paper, it is going to the journal, it is going for storage, it is going for archives and preservation. That we don't worry that people from the publication industry, they take care of this thing. So this is the cycle already it's completing. So major role, major players in this, that the authors, libraries, and the publishers. Because sometimes preservation and archiving, libraries also, like we are taking the access and we are downloading the paper. We also kept our paper in our IR or faculty publication. So, but for scholarly information, for publication of journal, first you need to find out the correct journals, because what we are doing, we are writing a lot of information. We are spending our 6 months, 7 months, and to write one article, and then we are sending article in any journals. Right now UGC is playing the big role here, but people are don't know that questionable or unethical publishing. So that as a user, we need to understand in scholarly communication what is the unethical publishing or what is the questionable publishing. So questionable publishing, that in between Jeffrey Bale was one librarian, and he made one list of publishers which are a predatory publisher or questionable publisher. So what happened? Jeffrey Bell started making a list of publishers which are, he thought which are not quality publisher, and then he started making out the list. But then publishers, and that list was getting very much popular. Then afterward, publishers are started threatening him that lot of cases under for him, and then also he lost his jobs. But his list was very famous. So because his list was famous as a predatory publication list, but that was that is not a good quality journals or like marketing practices are doing. But and also questionable publishing also, that is the biggest problem in India. These are the some example I have taken from the various news published or like that. You can see that India is the top submissions in predatory journals, and this is also by R Prasad, which is a scientific scholar. So 88% journals are in UGC whitelist. After this is after UGC care study, he also made study that even in UGC care, some journals he found that is a predatory. So that's why we need to aware, because sometimes like I have submitted my paper which is in UGC journal, which is good quality journal, and after 6 months maybe that journal will be removed by UGC care because that journal is not quality journal. So what I can show, because for finishing my PhD it might be take 4 years, but in first year I lose that journal quality. So that's why how you as a researcher or as a librarian, you have to take care where your as a librarian you have to take care where your faculty or researchers can publish, or as a individual author you have to see the quality journal. Also in between there was a news that Prakash Javadekar was there, so he also clean up to tell UGC to weed out all predatory journals. So then there was also news came that India's fake research paper shop that pay, publish, and profit. And for our degrees and promotions, we need to publish paper. And in between their news, one news came that one person was running his full predatory publication site from his own laptop. So this was one interview taken from one, I don't remember her. She took me and one ambassador from Mexico. So about the open access journal quality, and it is available on scroll.com. So understanding predatory journal. This is also one of my blog, the how you can identify the proper journal. So you have to take care, because that is a really big problem, because you don't know which type of good quality journal is there or not. So I want to take you to the one source, and these are the questionable publishing, that what practices they are doing. So because why people are publishing in questionable journals, because the lack of attention. Then they want, people want to publish because they want something in my CV. Okay, I published this paper and this is good quality, but who will decide that good quality or not? Then for research assessment and for a lot of things, people are putting the paper in questionable publication. Also in global bias, she is a Senyu, she is from China. She is also one of the DOJ ambassador. She made one study on questionable journals authors from Asian countries, because my whole work was related to Asia. So she found out 60% of questionable journals authors are from Asia and 34% authors are from India. So it is really shame for us that like we lot of questionable or fake journals authors are from our country. So we have to take care that where we are submitting our paper or this thing. So how to identify questionable journal? So there are some. This is 5 minutes quick check that they start sending you mail and they give fake impact factor. They also give the advertising of short publication time, means you will get a mail within 1 week your paper will be published or something like that. They charge you fee, so there is low quality, there is no peer review process. So that's why how to identify questionable publishing. So blacklist is not a solution like how Jeffrey Bell done, because Jeffrey Bell he just it was his list was there and then again it was so much chaos for that list. But solution as that some, like as I said already, DOJ, then Scopus, Web of Science, and some national list that good quality journals ranking. So see this indexing and other thing. So then you submit your paper there only. Also, there is a one platform that how authors can avoid questionable journals. That is a Think, Check, and Submit. Now we are coordinating DOAG and Think, Check, Submits are working together to promote the authors and the researchers about the good quality journal. Now I just want to request Kushal, just play video number 3. Are you there?
You've done your research and are ready to publish. Sharing your results with the world is key to the progress of your discipline and to your career. Publishing your work with an untrustworthy journal has the potential to damage your career. With the number of journals growing at around 3.5% annually, and almost 1,000 new journals launching in 2014 alone, how can you choose a trusted journal for your research? Think, check, submit. Before you decide, step 1. Think. Can I trust this journal with my research? Do I need more information before I can decide that this is a trusted journal? Step 2. Check. Does the journal publish research that you would read yourself? Can you tell which organisation publishes the journal? Can you contact them easily if you need to? Does the journal have editorial policies in place? And do they conduct appropriate peer review? Does it charge publication fees? And are they clear about how much they cost? Do you know the names or reputations of any of the editorial board members? Are articles in the journal indexed in any of the services that you use? Step 3. If you can answer yes to most of these questions, then submit. By following these 3 steps, you can identify which journals will reliably publish your work and make an impact in your field. When you finish your next article, remember to think, check, then submit. Check the website for more tips to help you find a trusted journal for your work.
Thank you. So as you've seen that you have to care, you have to think first, and you have to follow all the guidelines. So that is the platform. Think, check, test, submit. So they have also one question list and checklist for the journals. Also, they have the checklist for the quality, identify quality publishers. So I just want to request all of you after the session or whenever you are free, visit the Think Check Submit site. It's really useful and it's really good for also librarians. You can promote this site to your researchers so they will be aware how to avoid the questionable publishers. And now like DOAJ and open access, and we are promoting lot of open access resources. As I already said, that the publishers and distributor and archives are already mentioned. So database and network, so all are available free of cost. And I have given the links over here. I don't know ma'am will share the PPT or not, but lot of resources available, and you can, as a librarian, you can make the list of resources, and you can now make that OA resources list available on your library website, even in the NAC and NBA criteria. Now that question has been included, how librarians are promoting open access or how librarians are using OA repositories. So that type of, this type of list or this type of linking to the database will be useful for you. Also, there are the some OA search tool that is we are doing that. Lot of time we are just know that how to search on Google, whatever information is available. But some OA tools are there, that is Unpaywall, then OJAF and One Finder. So these OA tools, you can find the harvest open access content, and you can see the open access repositories run by the universities, government, and also you can find out open access journals, and here you can publish your paper and you can contribute in scholarly communication. So these are very famous and very well-known search tools, that is OAJF, Unpaywall and OneFinder. So that is one science also. Now also there are a lot of toolkits available, even DOAJ toolkits also made available. Also some lib guides are also available for scholarly communications. Due to time limit, we cannot go and see all these links, but you just go and search that whatever toolkits for the scholarly communication. So these toolkits help you how to contribute, how to identify good quality journals, how to avoid questionable journals, and how to practice and how to publish in open access journal. So these toolkits will be helpful for you. Also, there are some OASPA, that is Open Access Scholarly Publishing Association. DOAJ also collaborate with that. They also made principle and best practices for scholarly communication, scholarly publishing. That is how to identify, you have to take care of this all view. So they have made one guide available that you have to see the journal website, you have to see the journal, before submit your paper, you have to see the peer review process, means how the peer review will be going on, and management and governing body and editorial team. Because what many times what is happening, even in DOAJ we are indexing the journal. My role is to evaluate the journal, and suppose some journals are coming like international journals, suppose in library science, and if I see the editorial team, a lot of people are from same institute, same university, and then you cannot access that journal, and just name is international. Don't see that this is international journal, I have to submit my paper. So just go, don't go, see the editorial team. Also see the copyright. So what is the copyright after giving the, because CC BY is the copyright which hold the author's rights, means as a researcher or as an author, we have to follow that CC BY or CC by NC or AISSMS. People can use your work, but they have to, give the links, or they have to, cite you. They have to give the credits of your work. Also, these are the some principles you have to follow. Then also author fees, like as already said, that APC charges are there. Then any misconducts are there or no, like manipulations of data, plagiarism system is follow or no, publication ethics should be followed. So all these things are made available under this OASPA guide, and it is available online also through DOJ website or OASPA site. You can access to this guide, and you can just go through this guide so you will understand better. Lot of things are included. Already I have said that archiving policy, then advertising policy, digital marketing and revenue sources. So everything has been taken care of to make people aware what kind of good scholarly communication or good scholarly publishing should be there. So as I already gave the idea about think, check and submit. So this organization are making people aware that how you can be aware from the questionable publisher. So now we have already done. Now I just want to tell you as the best practices what we can follow as a librarian. What is your role to make people aware or make your researchers aware? What you can do, so you can adopt a collection development policy. Means okay, you are doing what type of good collection we can build for the library. Also we have to find the tools, like as I said, think, check, submit, or what other tools are available that you can make people aware. So how that can be impact of their research. Also you, maybe your institute are having PhD student, ME student, you can organize some sessions and programs and how to write a good quality papers and how to information about open access and other things. Then also you have to support local publishing platform. It's not like that key publishing international level, that will be okay, but if your college or university is starting local journals, that can be supported. Also you have to make people aware about this archive policies, then preservation, accessible route, and also IPR right. What is the IPR policy? Because that is a scholarly communication best practices. Librarians can play a bigger role. Most of time librarians are telling, okay, my management don't support me, my principal is not listening me. Many times I go for this approval, that after nobody listening me, but this is not there. Something you show, something capability you can show, caliber you can show, then people can involve you in various type of activity or like that. Now librarians are making mandatory that they have to take a session for the research scholars. Now most of the art, commerce, science college library subject is there, library science subject is there. There you can teach the student this type of platform. If you're not getting any in your induction program, okay, if you're not getting any chance to meet your students or faculty, always you can have their email list are there. You can make the Google groups, you can use the Google classrooms, and you can make a library publicity with the users and the researchers and the faculty. Because they can also understand, okay, okay ma'am itna bol rahi hai, sir itna bol rahe, yeah ye mujhe jaake dekhna chahiye, that may be useful for me. And somebody someday someone will come and say you, okay, thank you, because of your help I was able to submit my good quality paper published, and it was really helpful for me. I was not aware about this, all this type of information. So as a librarian, this is our role, and these are some best practices we can follow. Like we can advocate open access for the scholarships, and we can make people aware. Also we can always there is we have to run the IR repositories. Now with one IDs are there, now even lot of services are there, so we have to help the people, and we can help the institute to how we can do the institutional research output is available for all over the world. Also we as a librarian and as a researchers, we have to tell people that okay, you can share your work with the researchgate, academia and other platforms. And we have to tell the people what is their academic integrity, what are the ORCID IDs, what are the Vidwan IDs, Publon IDs, and Scopus IDs. So people are aware. Means people sometimes they are aware, but they are not using. And it is really, really, it's, high call that high time that we have to do all this work. It's not like that we do only issue return and other things, because librarians are now playing a very major role. And this type of some best practices we can adopt, and we can also increase our own identity. Also we can help our researchers and faculty to build their own identity in the education world. So this at the end of my session, I just want to play this a small 2 minutes video, and just then I will finish. Before this video, just watch this video and then just 2 minutes and I'll finish. So thank you. This was the last video. I just want to show, give the message that you can see that a lot of people are on the airport, and you know, they are sitting, and there is a very big buffet available, and when they sit together, then only they can enjoy the buffet. So at the last message is that you know, we are doing different work. We are doing at various places, but we have to come together. Then we can share our knowledge. We can educate our users, and then we can enjoy our knowledge buffet. So thank you, ma'am, for opportunity, and sorry for being late. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
No. Thank you very much, Dr. Vrushali. What an excellent, enriching, exciting presentation, right from the very first word spoken to the last one, a strong message that you have been able to convey through this. Such a wonderful presentation. Thank you so very much. You have just covered in 1 hour's time everything. It is like, you know, everything in such a very, very lucid manner. You have been able to take care of it and conveying the message. The last thing that you have said, we have to come together, you know, we have to be together. And it's not just simply meant for, you know, a specific institutions or a specific set of people. We as a library professionals have to be together, you know, and to ensure that we are able to treat the path of open access and let, you know, that access, we should be the leaders, you know, to show the way to our researchers, scholars, academicians, that what are the most safest places for them and how the world is moving, and we should also very responsibly pay our part, you know, in that. Thank you so very much for illuminating the paths of each one of us, and we feel highly, highly obliged and truly appreciative of the work that you have been doing for years altogether. And may God bless you, and you keep on really spreading this message of open access. It's more to do. It's not just simply a moment. It's not just simply doing the things. It is doing for a very higher purpose, making everything, it's like bringing the communities together, making the world, you know, more reachable. And it's also dissolving, you know, all those barriers which are there for scholarly communications. And you are playing really a very, very crucial role, Dr. Vrushali. We feel so very proud of you, of the work that you are doing it. And that's too, not only for our Indian fraternity, but also for the global one. And you really bring us, you know, the country, you know, also on a very bright map. And it's really so wonderful. And we really look forward to the times to having some exhaustive workshops, not only the virtual ones. You know, we really would like to have it more in-person discussions and to get immensely benefited. I would also like to inform each one of our colleagues here that Dr. Vrushali is also, you know, very instrumental in doing number of workshops, UNESCO, with UNESCO, the college, AISSMS College of Engineering, you know, there have been some proposed programs, which I believe, as being informed by Dr. Vrushali, next year in the month of February, they may be doing a program, you know, for open data and open access, and in collaboration with UNESCO at Delhi. And we really look forward, you know, to having many more professional interactions with you, Dr. Vrushali. And thank you so very much, you know, for such a wonderful presentation. We could have never thought of and wished for anything more than this. You have really have, you know, helped each and everyone, and everyone has got, as you said, that any questions, I think you have made everyone to think about doing more introspections and retrospections, where we stand and what we really need to do for our research and scholarly community in our institutions. So thank you very much, Dr. Vrushali. And now we would like to make the floor open for quick questions. We have fairly around 400 of our colleagues who are there with us from across the country and globally who have joined us for this program today. We are making the floor open for questions and requesting each one of you to get benefited to the hilt by asking whatsoever are being lingering in your minds. Please do come forward. You can post the questions in the chat box. You can also, we'll be happy to take the questions online. Just raise your digital hands. It's an alphabetical listing, so we would be happy to give you a control. Let me firstly go to Mr. Anil Kumar, who has raised his digital hand for asking a question. This is for you, Mr. Anil Kumar. I have unmuted you. Please unmute yourself and ask the question. You may not be able to wait for more time and may have to go to the next, because I could see not many of our colleagues who are wanting to ask a question. Extremely sorry, Mr. Anil, you have not been able to do. You may like to, come back again. This is for Divakar Archana Desraj. Divakar Archana Desraj. Archana, could you please unmute yourself? This is for Divakar Archana Desraj. You have raised your digital hand. If you want to ask a question, please kindly unmute yourself. It seems not able to do it. Let me just quickly move on. This is for Jyotika Nanda Das. Jyotika Nanda Das, I have unmuted you. Please unmute yourself. Jyotika Nanda Das, could you please unmute yourself and ask the question? I believe he's also having an issue, not able to do. Let me just move on to Savita Pradhan. Savita, I'm sorry, you don't have an audio attached to your device, so I can't give you in control. This is for Suresh D. Let me just, yes. Now, because I could see that there have been not many of the digital hands which have been raised, and I have just lowered those digital hands because you never know that, sometimes just out of curiosity, you would have done that. So I would like to now ask you all, please raise your digital hand if you want to ask any question. Kindly raise your digital hand if you want to ask any question, because there have been not many of digital hands, and at times it happens that you want to see a feature and you raise a digital hand. Please kindly raise your digital hand if you want to ask a question, because I was able to see that it was looking as if, out of 400, there were nearly 50% of them. Yes, so sometimes it happens out of curiosity, you want to see how the feature works. And so just in order to avoid that situation, and now I'm just going through the listing to see. Please raise your digital hand if you want to ask a question. The floor is entirely yours. And we are also anxiously waiting to see our colleagues who may like to ask a question. While speaking to you, I'm glancing through the entire list, and I will then take up and have a look at the chat box if we have any questions being visible there. I could see that we have Akanksha who has raised a digital hand. Akanksha, requesting you, please unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Akanksha, it seems that, let me just go to, this is for Dr. Prasanna Kumar H.E. Dr. Prasanna Kumar H.E., could you please unmute yourself, Dr. Prasanna Kumar? Dr. Prasanna Kumar, could you please unmute yourself? We have unmuted you from here. This is for Mahesh Chandrasati. Mr. Mahesh Chandrasati, we have unmuted you. Mr. Mahesh Chandrasati, we have unmuted you. Please unmute yourself. Yes, we are connected. Mr. Mahesh. Hello. Mr. Mahesh, we are connected. You can please speak and ask your question. Okay, let me just quickly read out, one is from Jyotika Nanda Das saying that please share the PPT file if possible. This is for you, Jyotika Nanda Das, that the entire video recording would be uploaded on the DELNET's YouTube channel. You can kindly have a look at it. Mr. Batappa MP, the question Dr. Vrushali is wanting to ask is, what are the criteria for subscribing to the DOAJ journals, which are the open access journals? And you may like to say something about it, which one can access it. Yes. Dr. Vrushali? I believe we have lost our connect right now with Dr. Vrushali. Dr. Vrushali, are you able to hear us? I think we are encountering now an issue right now. Let me, in the meantime, I think we are encountering an issue with Dr. Vrushali right now. I think, yes, we have lost our connection with her. We do hope she would be joining in. In the meantime, this was one of the questions. So the entire deliberations, entire recording of today's presentation would be uploaded by tomorrow on the DELNET's YouTube channel, WebView. We request you do kindly subscribe to it so that as and when we upload any video recording, you are able to also have a look at it. And you can just let other professional colleagues of, at your own institution and other institutions also you can inform them about it. We do hope that Dr. Vrushali would be able to, yeah, she's not there online right now. We do hope that she would be able to be back. And if not, then we may have to be compelled to, conclude. But we would really be wanting Dr. Vrushali to be back here because we would like to conclude when she is there along with us. So let's see, but in the meantime, let's try to make a use of the time. And as I could see that we have a couple of colleagues who have raised a digital hand. And let me just go to Mr. Suresh D. Mr. Suresh D, could you please unmute yourself and ask the question? Because we can keep a note of the questions and we can definitely forward it to Dr. Vrushali. Mr. Suresh D? I believe no. Let me just wait for a while, to see if Dr. Vrushali can join back and can be there with us. I'm requesting my colleague Kushal to kindly contact Dr. Vrushali to see if she can join back and be a part of the deliberations. And we are towards the closure of the webinar session, and it's indeed has been so heartening to have her with us, and she has been able to really share her vast expertise on the open access and what are the do's and don'ts for we as a library professionals. And I think we as a professionals has to also conduct a number of sensitization awareness programs in our respective institutions for our faculty and researchers and scholars, so that we do hope, I believe Dr. Vrushali is trying to get reconnected, and we would really be wanting to have her back here before we conclude the session. We have Dr. Vivek Patkarji also there. I just request you, Dr. Patkar, just stay tuned in because we're just waiting for Dr. Vrushali to be there back, and then we would be happy to take the questions. We are just waiting anxiously. This is how it happens in the digital environments when you're needing it the most. At times the connections, they really you get into these kind of times what we are encountering right now. But let me just try to get connected with Dr. Vivek Patkarji. Dr. Patkar, could you please unmute yourself? And because we would like to also have your inputs on today's sessions, and especially on this open access. I could see that Dr. Patkar's connection also, it's showing now offline, so he is also encountering some network connection issue. We are just waiting. I'm just requesting my colleague Kushal to check it again, and with Dr. Vrushali that she should be. If anyone wants to add something more to it, we will be very happy. Let me just take this opportunity in the meantime to tell you all, and also to request you that please do kindly join us the DELNET's NACLIN, which is just around the corner from 22nd to 24th of November. They are holding our 26th National Convention on Knowledge, Library and Information Networking at Goa University, Goa. Requesting you, please do kindly join us at the convention, which is being organized after a long gap of 3 years in person at Goa, and we will really be happy. So happy to see you back, Dr. Vrushali.
Yeah, light electricity problem.
It's our spirit should always be, we should be the people, it's not to give up. That's, I think, one of the strong things, and to always remain in that connected mode, and nothing should really, put our spirits down. No one can dare to do that. So it's really happy. So it's such a pleasure, to have you back here. And as we could see, the entire chat box is flooded with the messages for you.
People were asking for PPT. If you have all email IDs, I will share my PPT to you and you can share with the people, no problem.
Surely. It's so very kind of you, Dr. Vrushali. So very kind of you, for being so kind and generous that you have always been. And this really shows the openness of the minds, the openness of the thoughts that, yes, to believe in sharing, and sharing is caring, definitely. And that's so wonderful. Thank you very much, Dr. Vrushali. And it seems that, yes, we are towards the closure of this webinar. And before we close, on behalf of DELNET, Dr. Vrushali, we would like to present this moment to you as a very warm appreciation, not only for this webinar, but also for the enormous work that you are doing for promoting the open access, and always being so supportive, of the professionals and to everyone for ensuring that we become a very integral part of this open access movement. Great appreciation, great work, the sincere work that you are doing.
Ma'am, we are just following you. I learn a lot of things from you, and like you have energy and other things. So it's really nice opportunity. It's really nice that you are giving opportunity to librarian like us to to use the DELNET platform.
You are doing extraordinary work, and the work has to be the best works. The sincere works always are being appreciated, and you're doing it and putting your heart, mind, and soul, and that really matters a lot. And it's like taking everyone along, as you said also in your last message, to have everyone along. The real magic lies there. It's not to do the things in isolation. It is when you have that, everyone together, that sense of being connected, the sense of being together.
That is by KLM airline, they made for the Christmas, but it's really giving nice message. And I'm using that video in my presentation, and it's really nice.
No, it is Vrushali. It's a wonderful work. So thank you so very much once again, Dr. Vrushali, to you. Also, our sincere admiration and gratitude to Dr. Bormanechi for being very kind and acceding to our request.
Thank you all. Thank you, participants, and thank you all. And you can drop a query. You can just drop any query regarding DOAJ or any open access related. Happy to help. So thank you all once again.
In fact, Dr. Vrushali, at some point of time, we may like to have a session with you. And in fact, you can suggest us if we can have some of the other people, maybe from some other nooks and parts of the world, like, for example, we were expecting Kathleen, to be here in Delhi for this UNESCO meet. So if we can have someone, especially because you are also the evaluator for the DOA journals from Asia, for specifically, for this region. So we would like to have a session that how the institutions, because we keep on getting those kind of requests, that how the institutions can have their own open access journal published, and also to have those systems in place, because they also need to have certain, so we may like to have some session, maybe after, some 3-4 months time, we will be happy to, have collaboration.
Team, and Joanna is now leading as a director of DOAJ. And one more thing that Kathleen and our UNESCO thing, like that has been postponed due to Canada dispute. But we are doing OA Asia online meeting. I'll share with you, and that will be online regarding all open access development in Asia. So I will just share in my network. If anybody want to join, you can just, it's free. You can just register, and that is 2 hour sessions. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
That's good. And when is it going to be, Vrushali? When is it going to be?
That will be, no, ma'am, you will be on NACLIN at NACLIN. So
will
that
be
is
Nacklin.
after,
We're trying to.
because that
I just said that that's coming.
yeah, that has been cancelled. So we thought we'll go for online webinar at least.
Online. So you are doing it on 20th, I believe, 20th or 21st?
21st or 22nd, yeah, that we will post it.
First, but do give us that information, and we'll be very happy to broadcast to all our colleagues, yeah, across the institutions in India and also outside. So let everyone, and we may like to we may like to refer them to the video recording later, yeah. So because we have 22nd onwards, yeah. Yes, yeah, surely we are always there. And we really look forward to also having some programs in future as well, some collaborative programs, especially for open access. Yes, great.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you very much once again, Dr. Vrushali, and we must also thank each one of our colleagues who have been able to join. And okay, Vrushali, just quickly to let everyone knows your email ID, and let me just type it out in the chat. I'm typing it out, and so that it goes to everyone.
It's I don't have chat access, so.
No, I'm just typing it out for you, Vrushali, and I'm letting them have your. It is a very simple one. This is vrushalidandwate@gmail.com. So it's too easy enough for you to, and I have sent it. Yes.
Yeah.
And
this is
okay,
also
that's nice. So
at doj.org.
that's great. So the two email IDs which are being shared with you, one is vrushalli@doaj.org, and the other one is vrushalidandwate@gmail.com. So, and it's good to see that some of the professional colleagues are also posting their email IDs, and it's good. So we will get you connected. You are being connected now with Dr. Vrushali, and you can just scan. So this is for you, Mr. Mahesh Sati, and for Mr. K. Murthy. Please do kindly, you can write directly to Dr. Vrushali. And Dr. Vrushali, we would really appreciate if you can get a copy of the presentation file, maybe as a PPS or something, and we can send across to all our colleagues, who have been registered today. And with your permission, we will send it across so that, okay, fine. Let's tell it to everyone that each one of you are going to get the PPT file, because we could see now the chat box is getting flooded with the email IDs of our colleagues here who are wanting to
register people contact, so you can share. That will be really good thing.
We will send it to everyone. We will just send it to all the attendees, because I could see that one after the other now we have the email IDs which are coming now who are wanting us to send. So please remain assured you are going to get the presentation file being gifted by Dr. Vrushali to each one of you. And we will do that mediator work of sending it across and reaching out and connecting you with Dr. Vrushali. So that's perfectly well. So thank you so very much once again, Dr. Vrushali, and thank you very much all our very, very special colleagues, who have been able to join us across the country, even from outside India. We are truly valued and appreciated, and you always keep on inspiring us to keep on doing. And it's such a wonderful feel of being together and working together, and with a great sense of responsibility and making a difference in the lives of our users. That should remain always as a driving force for us. Also, I would like to appreciate the work of my own colleague, Mr. Kushal Giri Goswami, who has been very instrumental in organizing our DELNET webinar sessions and coordinating it. So special thanks to you too, Kushal. And thank you very much. And I would like to once again appeal to all our colleagues here. Please do join us in person at Goa University, Goa for the 26th National Convention on Knowledge, Library and Information Networking, which is going to be held from 22nd to 24th of November in person. We do have the plans to broadcast, later the entire recordings of the deliberations of the 3 days conference. We're expecting a very huge big number of our colleagues from across the country, to join us, and we would definitely be waiting for your presence over there. So thank you so very much, and we really look forward to coming back with our next month's monthly program series. We do hope once we are back from NACLIN. Well, before that, we have already decided about it. It's going to be on 29th or 30th of November. We will be holding our monthly webinar program, and we really look forward. And I also request each one of you, please do come forward, letting us know the kind of areas in which we really want that more and more discussions and deliberations to happen. So that would really give us, ample opportunities to think about, organizing and getting the best of the speakers. So thank you so much, Dr. Vrushali. We greatly, greatly appreciate and admire the work that you are doing. Wishing you the very best. And this is just a beginning, and we really look forward to having many more programs in the near future. Thank you for sparing so much of your time and being so very, kind and sharing your expertise with each one of us. Thank you, and we really, really have appreciated the collaboration that we have been able to do it with AISS College of Engineering. Thank you very much. May God bless you. And thank you so much, each one of you, for being there. We have truly valued your presence here. We look forward to the same in the future. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay informed, and always remain connected. Remain connected. Thank you very much. Thank you. May God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vrushali. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.